He's a defensive player in the foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains, at the base of the San Gabriels back in 2009 to 12. And you can see the energy and the impassioned plea to his guys to get a stop, and they do. Sheldon Newton one more time.
Wow. That's 3rd and 9, and I think some of it's a hobbled quarterback. Muhammad limping on that last second down, thinking you're going to get a little surprise. Look at 94 standing here. He's just like, what? Newton. Not Wayne Newton. Sheldon Newton. Like, you're really going to run this right at me unblocked? No chance. Yeah, this team has responded to their interim head coach. And a lot of the fan base has responded to this interim head coach. A very interesting decision they may have on their hands.
Toward the end zone and through the end zone from Marshall Nichols. You know, you talk about just being more physical. Here's a run game for Boise State straight ahead, man.
Right at you. Right at you. Bigger, stronger at the point of attack. And I know our center, we've given Mason Randolph some grief about some of his snaps. But he and his two buddies next to him, Dooley and Curran, Beresford, the right tackle, the all-conference performer. They rotate Casey and Card. I mean, it is no nonsense. And if it's working, you know what's the key there? Keep feeding it. Don't try to get too cute. Make them stop it before you call anything else. And it has certainly set up the rest of the struggles they've had, as Barry Odom said, with the eye discipline.
Straight ahead, Genty, and Woodard collapses on him. 2nd down, and we should say on Randolph, by the way, he did not allow any sacks last year. He's been a great blocker. The snaps have not been great, but the offensive line has been dynamic.
Yeah, so this was, I think, the biggest advantage on paper coming into this. Genty and this run game are absolute monsters. 6th-year right tackle, 6th-year right guard, 5th-year left guard. A couple youngsters that are uber talented. That's the foundation of this team.
Keep feeding him, you said. Genty got out of a tackle, kept the motor going, and thrown forward by Tompkins with a marker in late. 2 of them, in fact. It's a gain of 12 if it stands. Got a face mask here, maybe?
Or a possible hold.
Holding. Offense, number 17. 10-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
Yeah, strong receiver.
True freshman from the Bahamas, you're going to just see right here. It's almost one of those things that we've seen high effort. That's an obvious hold and a pull. I think the coaching point for him and anybody on the perimeter, and we saw it earlier with Bolt and Louder, just get in the way. Just get in the way. You don't have to go ragdoll anybody because Genty will make a miss.
And so because it's a spot foul, it ends up being 2nd and 9. Could be worse. Still a chance to stay with the sticks. Bowens in motion. And Genty again. He wants more yards and more contact. He's hunting contact as he's spiked down by Jackson Turner. 1st down.
I was just talking about the offensive line, and watch this. I mean, this is so good. It is just right up the middle. It is turning you. Look at the back. You're just driving that guy as Dooley into the 2nd level. And you're right, man. He can run around you, but he does not mind taking that contact right through you.
That is a Nevada high school wrestling champ, Dooley, in the left guard spot. And here is Holani. And we said it early in the ball game, right? They lean on you for 2 or 3 early, but this is where they make their bones. When you get a little bit fatigued. And Boise State right now,
feeling it.
Yeah, they look the part of the team that's been here, even though this group.
Look at them.
Yeah.
Look at them. Like, let's go. I'm out of the huddle. Let's go. Yeah, the little hands on hip because we're just mauling people. But let's go. There's no better feeling, man, and when your team is built from the inside out at that offensive line.
Some pressure from the near side from Woodard, and Holani will be 1.5 yards short.
Because it just takes the stinger out of your opponent. Right, we showed that run chart. When you know what's coming and you can't stop it, it is so deflating on the other side and so empowering in your huddle.
You do it again here?
You could, or you certainly could use the legs of Green as well. Give him some of that little option. 48 rushes, 227 yards to just 14 passes.
It is Jeanty straight ahead, and he spun out of a tackle, then he's met again. Baldwin slowed him down. The ball came out. The ball is out. It is UNLV football.
Ruling on the field.
Jeray Williams finally back from injury, coming up with a massive turnover.
By the defense. First down.
Wow.
UNLV.
That was 2 waves of red.
Yes.
What a hit by Jackson Turner, the Arizona transfer. Who knows in Vegas?
Outside when they pull up, they give me loose. Yeah, jump out, boys. That's Nike boys hopping our coast. Way too big when we pull up. Get
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh, no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
iPhone 15 Pro, your husband deserves it.
Carolers, to tell me you want a new iPhone, a better plan is Verizon.
No way they take this wreck.
Yes, they will in any condition. Get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch all on them.
Please forgive him.
It's all good, just a little awkward. Then we'll wrap this up.
For a limited time, turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us. That's up to $1,700 in value, only on Verizon.
Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks VapoStick. And try Vicks Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks vapors.
Save on gifts they'll love at Kohl's. Get up to 50% off Cuddle Duds bedding, a Ninja Blast portable blender, $59.99, and 30% off toys. Then take 20% off some of your gifts and earn Kohl's cash. Kohl's.
TV's #1 new comedy, Crapopolis, all new Sundays on Fox.
The Mountain West Championship on Fox is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. And by Kohl's, gifts, deals, and holiday feels. Got the icky shuffle right there?
That's a little icky. And I think Icky's saying, get Ricky the ball. A big takeaway right there. Find a way to get your best player, Ricky White, number 11, involved.
They go from the +40. Mayava is in. He steps out of pressure, and he runs laterally for a couple of yards. So during the break, 5th fumble of the year for Ashton Jeanty, and his roommate, Taylon Green, comes over and tries to get him right.
I love that. It's a brotherhood and a bond that they talk about in this program. So many homegrown guys that get developed within this program. And then when you live with one another and you deal with his singing, his cooking, and everything else, you got the right to say you're going to be just fine. We'll get it back.
To be clear, the singing and cooking sometimes all at the same time in their house. 2nd down and 7 for Mayava and UNLV. He pats the ball a couple of times and throws it into traffic for a pick for Andrew Simpson.
Did he just do that with one hand?
You know what? I think he did. Join the club.
Well, they have doubled, and they doubled White on both of these last 2 possessions. Lots of attention and eyes. And with one hand in a club, Andrew Simpson says, I will do whatever it takes to get it done.
Sometimes here you just need one card, and it's a 10 of clubs.
After years on the battlefield and multiple concussions, migraine attacks followed me home. It got so bad that I curled up in a dark closet. That was the day I asked for Nurtec. Nurtec is the only medication that can treat and prevent my migraine attacks all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur, even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
Without a migraine, I can be there for others.
Talk to your doctor about Nurtec today.
Ram knows everyone celebrates the holidays differently. That's why we make trucks for all of them, like those with holiday spirit and those with not so much. For people who love the cold and people who don't. We make trucks for good Samaritans, good neighbors, and even people covered in tree sap. Whatever life you live this holiday, Ram has a truck for you.
Whoa, the new iPhone 15. With that amazing camera, I wish my family had them.
Zoe, you're an action star. Take action. Join T-Mobile and get 4 new iPhone 15s on them and 4 lines for $25 a line. With that camera, I'll be sharing pics from the slopes. You do not want to see yourself skiing.
Yeah, I'm good at skiing. Your stunt woman is.
This holiday at T-Mobile, get 4 new iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a line.
What do you think of the jacket? You look like a marshmallow.
Panera's You Pick Two means when part of you wants crispy, crunchy, fresh, and part of you wants melty, smoky, peppery. Both yous win big. You pick two and get more. Only at Panera. Freshly prepared with clean ingredients.
I'm a high school hero, class of '89, baby. And I'm about to relive my glory days. Say cheese. If your devices aren't protected, you can't skate around this.
Protect your portable electronics from holiday mayhem with a Walmart Protection Plan by Allstate.
The Big Ten Championship is on Fox. J.J. McCarthy in Michigan put the playoffs and a national title on the line against Iowa. Let's go! The Big Ten Championship, next on Fox.
So Jayden Maiava dealing with the aftermath of that interception.
Oh, no fun, man. You want it so badly, and sometimes, like the other side has learned, do simple better. You got to pay and learn and grow up that curve, and you see Brennan Marion, his coordinator, give him some support.
Holani a couple yards, and Brennan Marion talked about that specific situation with us, right?
Yep.
Maiava threw an interception with about a minute to go in the Vanderbilt game, set up the Commodores for what looked like a game-winning play. As you see the turnovers and how important they've been in this game. And Maiava got an opportunity to bring him back down the field later, and his response to that has kind of defined their season.
Yeah, you can almost see some tears in how much this means to him for this team and for this city. Remember, he is the only starter on this roster from the state of Nevada.
By way of Hawaii, as Holani is stood up and spun down by Whitmore. It's 3rd down. But yeah, Maiava has spent a ton of time here.
Yep, it's important to him. It's important to all of these guys. And every one of those decisions going to be evaluated, and you give the ball away 3 times to this opponent. 6th time in 7 years these Broncos have been here. 1st time in the history of 25 years. You can see it. He is still living with it. But young man, you got to flush it. And right now you got to hope your defense gets you the ball back with a stop on 3rd and 8.
3 timeouts, 3-score game. Taylon Green, there is Woodard swimming through to make the stop, and that's the first step if UNLV is going to come back.
Yeah, not surprised after the fumble there on that last possession to just say, we'll take a couple minutes off this clock. So much of that inside run game, and there's Woodard not buying it. Not taking the cheese with the handoff and honoring his assignment at quarterback and bringing him down. That is also, by the way, the first 3 and out for Boise State all game long. But you've got to put enough air to get it over that safety. He does. But the true freshman just can't quite run under it.
That was Ty Benefield coming in for Robinson, and Thompson trying to fire up the troops. It's the best 3rd down team in the Mountain West, 4th in the country at over 51%. Pressure from Simpson was picked up, and Brumfield into traffic again. That is incomplete, and it's Benefield, the safety, the freshman, in there to get a hand on it.
Yeah, that wide receiver was on a clear route. Not even, you're going to see it right here. He's not even looking for the football. He's just believing. I believe that's Connerly. He's just thinking, I'm clearing this out. Excuse me, Jacinto. I'm just clearing this out. I got 2 defenders here. This ball can't come my way. I've got to clear it for somebody else. This Boise State defense has come to life.
And they've been so good that they kind of forced UNLV into a punt here, even though you'd rather not. So Nichols fires it downfield, and Rumble.
He's going to be nearing 100 missed tackles forced. And remember, he missed 2.5 games this season.
It's unreal. The guys who've been Mountain West Offensive Player of the Year in Boise State colors are him, Kellen Moore, and Brett Rippon. And you just haven't heard a ton about him, in part because Boise State, as they're going to work on him on the sideline, they just haven't had the season they're used to, right? 18 years of 10-plus wins, and this wasn't going to be that type of year.
7-5, worst record since 1997 for these folks that have been on their feet in the corner just waiting to finish this thing. And that is why Andy Avalos was let go, even after a win. They were sitting there 5-5. That's not the standard at Boise State.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 8. The penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
It's Darius
That's
Johnson.
number 8's first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty towards disqualification.
Yeah, that's frustration from these big guys right in the middle that have just been taking a bunch of the punishment.
He kind of got hit himself, and a kick in the head. Look, you think about, though, Dirk Cutter goes to Arizona State after a successful run. Dan Hawkins to Colorado. Chris Peterson, who joined us in the second quarter, off to Washington. Brian Harsin made it to Auburn. This has been an elevator-type program while they've had just tremendous, awesome success on the national scale. As there's Holani hit by Baldwin.
Yeah, they all left on their own volition. This is the first time since they've gone to the FBS that you've had to let somebody go and to do so in season. Look at the win-loss percentage, especially after Dirk moved on. Your buddy Dan, an incredible run.
Look at the hair. Look at the flow for Coach Hawk there.
Great lettuce. Chris Peterson, 2 undefeated seasons in that stretch. By the way, if there was a 12-team playoff, you would have had 2 of those Broncos teams in the 12-team playoff that will be next year, and that is the standard in Boise.
It really is a magical college football town as Holani runs it straight ahead one more time. Just sort of crawls and slithers for 3rd and goal.
And Chris Peterson, I love the way he framed it. He said everybody largely wants to be a developmental program. Everybody talks about that. This program walks it. And that's why it was important for Spencer Danielson, who's been a part of it for a number of years, to get this opportunity and run with it. And be able to say, and Spencer's going to be able to say it, first Mountain West championship since 2019. Been on this dance floor, but have not been able to get it done for a number of years, and they're 4 minutes away from doing it again.
He said to us, he said, yeah, I want to be a head coach, but I want to be here. I love it here. My family loves it here, meaning Boise, Idaho, as Holani, who looks like he is going to be part of that senior class that got its first Mountain West championship game, continuing a string of 25 straight senior classes with a title.
It's incredible. Winning begets winning. Mr. Dickey, the AD, is going to have quite a decision to make, because if this was Spencer Danielson once again adding to his resume, right? You can go have all your coaching interviews you want, but ultimately, what do you do between the white lines for 60 minutes? How does your team play? How hard do they play? How can they finish? How can they beat an opponent that's 9-3 in their building and do so in this kind of convincing manner? I don't know what more you want to see from Spencer Danielson.
What more you can see. Dalmas from 23. All right, our Good Hands Playmaker is sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands. He's not in anyone's hands for very long, Ashton Jeanty.
There were jet sweeps, and he ran through tackles. So that was the first of running through 3 of them. And then I'm a Wildcat, because guess what? I played little quarterback, and I'm going to run and just, give you a little kiss in the end zone. That was for you too, Raph. Okay. Right through some of that contact. And just over and over again, he was willing to get the hard yards between the tackles. And you texted me this morning. You must have been watching some more tape or late last night. You said, this dude's fast. I mean, amongst all of the set of tools that he brings in his tool bag, speed is also there. 8.3 yards a carry. Now the 6th time over the century mark. And save for that fumble, you can't play better than he did today.
Yeah, I was watching him run away from Air Force, right? Which is a pretty good defense in this Mountain West. And just when you think that you've got him sized up, you don't anymore. And that's overwhelming on the tape. DeJesus on the return. He's been great for UNLV, and he is once again. He's tripped up this time. As we take a look at our Pacific Life game summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 plus years. Look, splash plays all day long.
Yeah, it was Bolt in the first half. They didn't throw much, but when they did, they were hyper effective. And then this was huge as well for Green, showing off that speed and running through the defense. Those two big plays were after a critical pick six. And then it was pound the football, the touchdown to Louder off of that play action jet sweep, mixing and matching, 528 total yards. Terrific day for the boys in blue.
6 plays of 30 plus. Oh, by the way, here's another one. This is to D'Angelo Irvin with his second grab of the year and the game. That one's 28, a little short of 30 that time, but this result does not take away a marvelous season and turnaround for Barry Odom, who nearly had an individual Mountain West championship, a solo Mountain West championship until that loss in the last week of the regular season as Tubner gets a hit there. But Barry Odom told us, he said, look, I told our guys we're going to play for a championship. And then he watched practice and he was like, you know what? We got to improve. We got to get better. And they did. And they find themselves playing for a championship as Benefield, the freshman, nearly had an interception.
They did. But this is a little bit of a reminder, as much as you can build in 1 year and as much new faces and talent as you can bring in and try to get everybody on the same page, when you get to this weekend, you're playing established teams. Boise State, yes, on paper 7-5, lost 2 games on the last play of the game. They were picked to win this conference for a reason. They're veteran, they're established, and this is going to be quite a learning lesson for this UNLV program moving forward.
Yeah, there's a Hail Mary mixed in there as this goes to the sideline, and a first down for UNLV on the find from Brumfield. That's Ziel Griffin out of Vancouver, Washington, the senior, getting a catch. Taylor Green, who used his legs, used his arm, and you can see kind of the emotion starting to hit him of what's happened over the past month. And frankly, for him, over his time at Boise State.
Remember, he was demoted this season. And an injury to Maddox Madsen hurt his knee, put him back, and gave him this opportunity over the last 2-3 weeks of this year. And kind of like his head coach, Spencer Danielson, they both took that opportunity and have run with it. Literally, figuratively.
Down the middle from Brumfield, and he's got it to Jacinto. It's a first down. 2015, Clay Helton brought USC into the Pac-12 title game against Stanford. And Stanford ended up getting the victory as we have a marker or 6 coming in.
I think that was a flinch by Jalen St. John.
Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
And when you're 330 pounds and any bit of you flinches, unfortunately, everybody sees it. You were mentioning Mr. Helton?
Yeah.
He got him there, but he couldn't finish the deal.
No. It is just so rare that you end up with a championship team when there's been a coaching change.
Yep.
And you and I have both seen over the past decade plus of college football as Brumfield slings it down the middle. These things can go south so quickly, right? With the transfer portal, with guys just losing motivation, feeling like, yeah, we'll play for next year, I'll go somewhere else, whatever it might be. Spencer Danielson has kept that from happening in so many different ways for the guys in blue here.
Yeah, Eric McAllister, the only one that transferred. I mean, Barry Odom took in a bunch of transfers to build this thing up quickly this year. Yeah, but nobody left. And they all wanted to see this thing through.
Snap on the ground and eventually picked up by Brumfield. He's crumpled down by Callahan. And here's a guy who could have gone to the Ivy League but wanted to come play at Boise State. Callahan, who makes the stop there.
They can just taste it, man. There's no better feeling. And I can't even imagine, with all that they have been through, how sweet this is going to taste.
Pressure up the middle. Brumfield got it away, and that eventually is incomplete. He wanted Seneca McKee, and it's 4th down.
Well, he keeps slinging it, doesn't he?
He does.
He's just going to let it rip. But Jaden Virgin right there plays a little end, plays a little bit of linebacker. Another one of these young developmental pieces, just a redshirt freshman. And there's a redshirt freshman. And I've been there, my friend. It's hard learning lessons.
Here comes pressure, and Oladipo with a sack on 4th down is going to finish this championship for Boise State. A hard-won championship for Boise State. An adventure that nobody in blue asked for this year, frankly, for Boise State, but an adventure with a brilliant, intense pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Golly, there's got to be some tears that come out of that young guy right there. Emotional guy. Loves this team, loves that blue that travels, the pride that they have here.
Weekends like this, you see all over the landscape reasons that college football is just the best game we got going. And this, you know, I don't know how many people are with us right now, but I'll tell you this, all 100+ wearing blue are playing for that guy and his emotion and his intensity and his galvanizing force. Spencer Danielson has brought Boise State together to do what they planned to do at the outset. And the twists and turns for both teams were endless.
And the tears on the other side, and that's a double dunk. That speaks for itself. That wasn't just one Gatorade. That wasn't enough for this guy. We needed two. And hard on the other side to embrace the finality of it as well.
For the first time ever, an interim head coach wins a conference title game, and Boise State overcame so much. Now their head coach is overcome, and so are the players in blue, because they have won the Mountain West. Boise State Broncos are winners of the Mountain West Championship, and Spencer Danielson is with Allison Williams.
Coach Danielson, much like they did throughout the season, when adversity hit throughout this game, the team found a way to respond. How did they deliver this championship?
Well, first off, thank you, Jesus. I mean, I give him all the glory. This team loves each other. And so when things don't go our way, they look to the brother to their right and their left, and they just keep swinging, keep swinging, keep swinging. And they deserve all the credit, all the credit.
You told them 3 weeks ago, give me 2 weeks. They did, and they gave you one more. What makes this group so special?
Like I said, they didn't flinch. They never wavered. When everything told them that they maybe could, they never did. They said, we got your back, coach. Let's go finish this thing. And they created a legacy tonight, and I cannot be more proud of them.
Thank you, Spencer. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
How about that, Brock?
It's pretty neat. That Bible verse that's on the arm there, their quarterback says to trust, to lean not on your own understanding, because none of this makes sense. They weren't supposed to be here, and yet they trusted in one another. And what an accomplishment and what a legacy they did indeed leave.
Boise State beats UNLV 44-20. The Boise State Broncos, your 2023 Mountain West champions. We'll be back with more post-game coverage right after these messages.